Hey Factors, for everything 26 and 26, make sure to check out 26and26.com. That's 26in26.com.
Conceived in quarantine and born into a world we never would have imagined. A podcast featuring two friends, outrageous facts, and a countdown clock that always wins. This is 26 and 26, the A to Z of everything. What's going on, Nathaniel?
I don't know why we're singing these names. I'm not now. Brandon! Sure, there, I'll...
Sing my name. Sing my name. Sing my name. Brandon. Nice, man. How are you doing? What's going on?
Not a whole heck of a lot. How are you doing?
Man, it's beautiful. I got my dapper hat. I got my dapper shirt.
You are looking rather dapper today.
I'm feeling dapper today.
Clean. Did you shower today?
Bro. What's that?
Did you shower today? You look like you showered today.
It was a shower day.
It was a shower day. It's always a good day when it's shower day.
No, I feel like I'm putting out crazy like Chevy Chase vibes, like Caddyshack style. I'm feeling it, man. I am in a good
Can I
place.
be the gopher?
Dude, obviously, if I'm Chevy Chase and Caddyshack,
that's true. I'm the gopher to your Chevy Chase. There you go. That's if we had to describe this podcast. Well, he's got a Chevy Chase. I'm kind of the gopher, and we just got to go at it.
Better than me being the Bill Murray to you being the gopher, which was like that's
true. That's true.
Tom and Jerry situation there.
Although I'll be the Dan Aykroyd to your Chevy Chase and Spies Like Us.
Dude, that is a deep, deep cut. You've seen we've seen no movies in common, but you just dropped Spies Like Us on us. I am blown away. I love that movie.
Oh, it's a wonderful movie. That is
a great movie.
Oh, what's a dick for? To pee with. Oh God, it just
that's awesome. That was the perfect way for us to get going. Spies Like Us. That's it. Nathaniel, today's episode is food.
Food. I like food.
Doing food facts. Going to drop some food knowledge on the peeps. What's your favorite food?
The edible kind. More specifically,
unique.
My current kick. I'm a creature of habit where I make things regularly, and I'm currently on an omelets for breakfast and fried rice for lunch or dinner.
You've been definitely digging the fried rice, huh?
Oh yeah, the fried rice has been around for about a month now, and it's not going. It's too easy. It's have a bowl of rice, have a bowl of prepped veggies, have a bowl of protein. You throw it all on a wok, and 15 minutes later, I got a meal. Bam. Done. What's your favorite food?
It's got to be French food. Yeah, I'm a fan of a lot of food. No, but French food. My grandmother was an incredible French chef, and she used to have these incredible, smorgasbords of like really high-end, top quality food, and it's just a lot of butter, a lot of bread, a lot of meat. That's my jam.
French food. That's where foie gras comes from, right? I'm not even pronouncing that right now.
Yeah, I don't think that's one of the most proud items.
No, it shouldn't be. That's why I kind of want to shame the French on that one. Leave those geese alone.
Yeah.
But aside from that, great food.
Actually, foie gras does come up here in one of the letters. So what do you think? Should we get to it? Let's do some letters.
We should do some letters. I've got a timer. You've got a timer. Let's start in 3, 2, 1, go.
We'll start where we always start, and that is with the letter A. This was shocking to me. Apples, supermarket apples, can be up to a year old when you receive them, when you buy them in the store. A year old.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Apples
How are they not rotten?
Well, because between August and November is usually when apples get picked. Okay. Then they're covered in wax, hot air dried, which I'm not really sure what that is, and placed into cold storage. Then after 6 to 12 months, that's when they finally land on your grocer's store shelves.
So is that why you're supposed to wash your apples when you get them?
Dude, I'm thinking about doing a lot more. I'm going to put some Purell on my apples. I'm also thinking maybe I just go out and I don't know. Organic is definitely sounding better at this point right now. That's 100% for sure.
Yeah, no, I don't need any waxy, hot air, 12-month-old apples.
But apparently we've had them our whole lives and loved them. But that's still weird to think that this was picked a year ago and I'm eating it now.
I'm not going to like these facts, am I?
Dude, a lot of them are cool. A lot of them are cool, but
Okay,
some of them will ruin food for you. Wait till we get to the letter F. It is ruined. B for bananas. Bananas can't reproduce. That's right. The bananas we all know and love are, in fact, a hybrid of two other plant species. The banana has no seeds, and it's only able to reproduce with the aid of farmers. They remove this, they transplant this, a part of the plant stem, replant it, and then that regrows bananas. So that's bananas.
That is, well, okay. I knew that the bananas that we know are a man-made creation, but I did not know to that extent. And now I'm just kind of processing it, like waiting on the banter to show up at some point.
It does kind of create this chicken and egg situation on what ended up causing it the first way, but we have plenty more banana facts to come, or at least one or two. C,
can't wait.
The Caesar salad. Nathaniel, let me ask you, where do you think the Caesar salad originated from?
England. That sounds like something the British would come up with.
That's actually okay. Good guess. For me, Caesar, I think Rome.
Yeah. Okay. Sort of actually, I guess that's probably a better clue.
We're both 100% wrong. Good. The Caesar salad was, of course, invented in Mexico by an Italian American man, and on the 4th of July.
Bingo.
The most international bingo game ever. Bingo. It sounds like it was inspired by Julius Caesar in Rome, but the truth is it was named after a man who invented it in 1924. He was an Italian-American restaurateur, Cesar Cardini, in Tijuana, Mexico. That's not the first thing. The Caesar salad is not the first thing you think of when you think Tijuana. We won't get into what is the first thing. He moved to the city to escape the confines of actually in 1924 prohibition. He wanted to be able to serve, get people sloppy.
Get that bubbly.
He developed the simple salad during a 4th of July rush in 1924 with the only ingredients he had left.
Actually, that actually makes a lot of sense. When I found out what went into Caesar salad dressing, well, especially anchovies.
Yeah, throw one in there.
But I don't know, trying to get drunk in Tijuana, you've only got 4 ingredients. That's a salad.
Done.
Suddenly makes a little more sense.
And clearly the people had been drinking because that's why he moved there. So he was like, they'll eat anything.
Exactly.
All right, D. D for don't pretend you know what M&Ms stand for. Nathaniel, do you know?
What the hell?
I took some liberties. But do you know what M&Ms stand for?
No, I guess I don't. Now that I'm thinking about it,
one of the ones you could probably guess if you thought about it for a really long time. But since we don't have that time, M&M stands for. No, thank you. Mars and Muri.
Okay, I almost said Mars.
Yeah.
Because isn't that a chocolate something?
Well, Forrest Mars was the son of the Mars bar founder. And
there it is.
When he was in Britain, he first spotted a confection called Smarties during the Spanish Civil War and noticed that the candy shell actually prevented chocolate from melting. So what he did is teamed up with his little buddy, Bruce Marie, the son of Hershey's Chocolates president. And the company later trademarked its melts in your mouth, not in your hand slogan. Now, all I heard from learning this fact was a couple of rich kids stole Smarties from some poor British shop, and that checks out.
And candy coated some chocolate. I want to be upset, but I love M&Ms.
Oh, that's not my jam.
What's your... Really?
I'm not a candy guy. I'm a meat and potatoes guy all day. All day.
That's fair. See, pretzel M&Ms, audience, pro tip, pretzel M&Ms, put them in the freezer. Oh, chef's kiss. Just the best.
For expensive seeds. Sesame seeds were once worth more than gold. The people of the Middle Ages prized sesame seeds so highly that their cost was more than their weight in gold. They're highly nutritious, super tasty, but many civilizations also thought they had magical or spiritual properties, best bestowing luck and fortune.
Sesame seeds.
I mean, what a story arc for sesame seeds. I mean, it started off as like more valuable than gold, and now it's what goes on top of your Big Mac.
I was just about to say Big Mac topped on a sesame seed bun.
It's kind of a downward trajectory for the old sesame seed. It's like they keep telling, if you go to a party with sesame seeds, they're like, I used to be worth more than gold, right? You know that, right? Does that impress you?
No, get on top of your bun and get out of here.
All right, now I told you F was going to be F for figs. Innocent figs.
That's not the F I was thinking you were going with, especially with what we talked about at the beginning.
So, let's see if you feel that way after we're done with this fact. Let me ask you, do you think figs are considered vegan?
Now that you ask, no, I would assume. What's not vegan about figs?
Okay, well, they're definitely not vegan.
No.
The reason being, they have dead wasps inside of them.
Wait, what?
Figs have dead wasps inside of them. Anyone who sticks to a strictly plant-based diet will want to remove figs from their meal plan, and that's because while figs themselves are fruit, they often include bugs. Vegan Life explains that a female wasp will enter a fig, passing into a part of the plant known as the Calmanera, and they go in there and try to lay their eggs. Eventually, however, the wasp dies and is broken down by a protein digestive enzyme inside the fig. So for me, I might still eat meat, but I'm definitely not eating figs anymore. Wasp figs. I mean,
what?
Yeah. Figs aren't vegan.
Do the eggs hatch? Do they get to lay the eggs? Or is this just a...
Honestly, you read that fact, and I don't think it takes a while to read any further beyond that. Like I wrote that down, and I was like,
Newtons in my life that I'm really.
Oh no, I'm thinking about fig Newtons. I love fig Newtons.
I know. I can eat those by the sleeve.
We've been eating wasps for some time now, my friend.
Well, I mean, other cultures eat crickets and locusts and grasshoppers.
Yeah, so I guess that's a good point.
At least we're eating them in delicious fig Newton form, and not chocolate covered cockroaches or something like that.
Ugh, just still makes me go.
I'm still probably going to turn down the next fig Newton that's offered. No, I don't.
No, what you're going to do is go, interesting fact about fig Newtons. G.
Ruin fig Newtons for you.
G for grapes. Let me ask you, how many grapes do you think it takes to make a bottle of wine?
2,000.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I had no concept. It takes about actually only 700 grapes that go into a bottle of red wine. So, and for me, that's, it's kind of a lot, but is it? I'm not quite sure. Because grapes are expensive. If you go and buy a thing of grapes, it's like $5, $6, $7 depending on the time of year.
Oh yeah.
So 700 grapes, all of a sudden, it's kind of justifies the cost of wine all of a sudden.
A little bit. I mean, I would hope that the vineyard gets it for a cheaper deal, but
that's true. They're probably buying grapes cheaper than from the grocery store.
That's, I don't know. That is both a really low number to me and a really high number to me.
It's all things. Think about it while I give you the letter H, and that is for hat, specifically the chef hat, that is technically called a taupe, and it has 100 folds in it. Each fold represents 100 folds, and each fold actually represents something. It represents the 100 different ways to cook an egg.
I figured it was the 100 different ways that chef was pretentious.
Yeah, well, not all chefs are pretentious, just the ones that you see in front of your eyes. Or actually, really just the ones on TV. All the local chefs are rad.
Actually, okay, so I made that pretentious joke, but now I'm realizing what you just said. There's 100 ways to cook an egg?
That was kind of a takeaway I took from it. I immediately, I was like, oh, let me think about it. And I got to 5 and I pretty much crapped out. So, but yes, apparently 100 ways to cook an egg. And each one of those ways is reflected in the fold of a taupe, a chef's hat.
Huh.
Huh, indeed. I for ice pops. Ice pops were invented by an 11-year-old by accident. All right, check this out. In 1905, an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson left soda powder, which let's get back to that in a minute, left soda powder and water outside overnight with a wooden stirrer still in the cup. The mixture had frozen in the chilly nighttime weather, and so the Epsicle was born. Now, here's the weird thing about this, because I mean, I could see how that would happen. This 11-year-old sold this treat around his neighborhood and to a nearby amusement park and even patented his recipe. Years later, he changed the name to Popsicle because that's what the kids in the neighborhood were calling it. But here's the thing. He was 11. 11 years old, just hawking his wares to amusement parks and getting patents in 1905.
Oh, that kid 11. Went places. That kid went places.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Maybe popsicle places, chili places.
Whatever those places were.
He was 11. I couldn't run a lemonade stand when I was 11. And this kid was patenting and selling to amusement parks.
11 years old, but I think he lived to like 16. So he probably was married and had 2 kids. I'm just kidding. We learned that that's not the case. J for just add hazelnut. Nutella was invented during World War II when an Italian pastry maker mixed hazelnuts into his chocolate to extend his chocolate ration. Like he was only allowed to have so much chocolate. So he's like, how do I make this chocolate go further? And he mixed in hazelnut. Okay. I prefer hazelnut. I prefer Nutella to chocolate. So well done, sir.
Okay. All right. I still don't fully grasp the Nutella craze. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it, but the Nutella definitely has a weird cult following.
People do get really behind it. Like you see it with like its logo on t-shirts. And I don't know if I've ever gotten to that level.
It's a weird cult level of following for a hazelnut spread.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, you do you.
Something that else doesn't make sense.
26 hazelnut shirts will be coming out shortly.
K for cornhole. Before toilet paper was invented, Americans used to use corn cobs. That's right. They also used periodicals from the Farmer's Almanac, which was designed with a hole in it so it could hang in outhouses, which makes me think of the meeting at the Farmer's Almanac where they were just talking about, hey, what do you guys want to do for next year's episode, next year's issue? And some guy's like, all right, let's put a hole in it and let me tell you why. He goes, our book tends to get used as, well, it tends to get used. Let's put it that way.
It tends to get used during a roadside.
Yeah, during a roadside. Call back. L for Lost Musketeers. You're familiar with the Three Musketeers bar, I can assume?
Yeah.
Did you know there used to be 2 other musketeers that accompanied it?
No, I did not know that.
When the bar was created in 1932, they were sold in packs of 3, each with a different nougat flavor, vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. Okay. During the sugar rations of World War II, where we also got Nutella, 3 packs became too expensive to produce, so the company cut the retail down to 1 flavor, and the chocolate lovers won out.
Oh, okay. So the chocolate lover was the Three Musketeer. So the other
there was a strawberry Three Musketeer, a vanilla Three Musketeer, and they said, "Listen, we can only make one. What's the Musketeer that makes it?" And chocolate won out. M for Mick. What's that now? In the Philippines,
you were getting way too liberal with these letters.
You know, if you're gonna have to put them in alphabetical order, you're gonna have to take some liberties. All right.
Let me know Mick, what's that now.
For M, in the Philippines, McDonald's serves spaghetti. The pasta comes with a beef tomato sauce and a piece of McDo fried chicken. The weird part for me is like, okay, I would have thought it would have been more regional.
Yeah, well, actually, the Philippines The Philippines is a really weird hodgepodge of ethnicities and cultures, and that's not. Spaghetti's really surprising, and it's not it's just weird.
Yeah.
I would not want spaghetti from McDonald's.
No,
Ew.
it's just it doesn't make a lot of sense.
What are they? And they chick do. They don't even throw a McChicken
McDo.
on it. It's a McDo.
Yeah, but I think that's
That's
probably something with the language that I just don't understand.
maybe
But in terms of time, I don't have a lot left, and we're getting some letters done today. We haven't
10
made it
minutes
yet,
remaining.
and we're gonna do this. 10 minutes. There it was. All
10
right.
minutes.
Now, N is for no, that can't be, but it is. Another liberty taken. Fruit Loops. They're all the same flavor. Did you know that?
No.
Every
Now
Fruit Loop, the only thing that varies is the color,
Well-
but they're all just basically the same flavor.
You're so hopped up on sugar, you don't know what you're eating anyway.
Well, it just makes me think of, like, as a kid, like friends being like, I don't eat the purple ones. Those are gross. It's like, you dummy. O for opulent hot dog. The most expensive hot dog cost $169. There's a food truck in Seattle called the Tokyo Dog food truck, and it charges $170 for its Junban, making it the world's most expensive hot dog. The hot dog includes smoked cheese bratwurst, butter teriyaki grilled onions, mistake mushrooms. That's right. No, my take mushrooms, excuse me.
Okay.
Wagyu beef.
That was a mistake to say mistake.
Well done. Frogwa. There's our call back to Frogwa. Shaved black truffles, caviar, and Japanese mayonnaise on a brioche bun. So you want me to spend $170 on a hot dog from a food truck?
Well, here's my thing. It's not a hot dog. It's a brat.
Oh, this age-old debate.
Brats are not hot dogs.
No, they're not hot dogs. And the Pringles inventor, for P for Pringles, he's no longer alive. You can find him buried in a can of Pringles. That's right.
Wait, what?
In 1966, really? Frederick Bauer developed the ingenious idea for Procter & Gamble to uniformly stack chips inside of a can instead of tossing them in a bag. Bauer was so proud of his invention that he wanted to take it with him to the grave. He communicated his burial wishes to his family. And when he died at 89 years old, his children stopped at a Walgreens along the way to the funeral home to buy a can of Pringles. The only issue they faced was, what flavor do we bury Pop in?
Well, wait. They bought a can of Pringles to put with him in the casket. Or was the casket made like a giant Pringles
I read this a couple times in a couple different places, and some people said his ashes were put in the tube, but I feel the more credible version is that he was buried with a tube, and his family was like, well, what flavor do we pick? They landed on original, which is what you have to do.
I mean, you kind of have to, but at the same time, I really like the idea of him being like slid into a Pringles can. And would you want a Pringles can? Were you about to ask me what I want to be buried? And then I'll be dead. I don't care what I'm buried in. I want to be buried in a Pringles can at this point.
I feel the same way. Don't bury me with I have some guitars that I just absolutely love. Don't bury me with a guitar. That would just be a total waste. As a matter of fact, just whatever you do with me is what you do with me. If I'm gone, that's fine. I just don't bury me alive.
Yeah.
Q.
Valid request.
The people of Quincy, Florida. Q for Quincy, Florida. The small town of Quincy was reeling from the Great Depression. A local trusted banker, and in this case, very trusted, in the town of Quincy, Florida, urged anyone who would listen to invest in a small up-and-coming company called Coca-Cola. Then selling for $19 a share, many residents of this very small town purchased the stock, and then the stock boomed. Coca-Cola became Coca-Cola, and soon after, at least 67 inhabitants of this small town of fewer than 7,000 people had become Coca-Cola millionaires, making Quincy the richest U.S. town per capita in the United States.
So did Coca-Cola get started in Quincy?
No, because... It's a Georgia company. This is just someone, a great trusted local banker, and he better have a statue in Quincy.
Man.
And people listen to him, and they had that reason to listen to him.
Oh, absolutely. He can. I would have loved to have gotten in on that.
R for roaches of the sea. Early in the 1900s, lobsters were considered cockroaches of the ocean. They were trash. You hated them. They were synonymous actually with the poor, often eaten by the homeless, slaves, and prisoners. It wasn't lobsters. It wasn't until after World War II that the lobster became considered a delicacy and a food associated with the aristocratic class. Another great story arc, actually, like rags to riches, feel good for, I guess, everyone but the lobster.
1 minute remaining.
No.
Ooh.
5
minutes remaining, right?
5 minutes remaining.
Oh, scared me. I was like, you're kidding me. We got to move.
I hit the wrong button.
All right. So S for smallest McDonald's. The smallest McDonald's was actually designed for bees, as in the insect bees.
Is it?
Yeah, unfortunately for hungry humans, there's no Big Macs or McNuggets available at the smallest McDonald's in the world. But for bees, there's plenty of honey. A mini eating establishment was built in Sweden as a part of the company's efforts to help restore the bee population. So McDonald's built a McDonald's just for bees, so they can kind of go there and hang out and, meet other bees and
good guy
make
McDonald's
bees.
Make bees. I thought birds were involved with that.
I'm not getting into that, Nathaniel. T for that's bananas. This is crazy.
B was bananas,
but this is T for that's bananas. It's a whole separate thing, completely different.
All right.
It's a phrase. It's a phrase. People say that. The reason the taste of artificial banana flavoring and artificial banana flavored products don't taste like bananas is because it's based on a type of banana that was wiped out by a plague in the 1950s. So, like Runts, you get the banana flavored ones and how it just doesn't taste like bananas.
No.
The thing is like, I feel this is just total like propaganda from the artificial banana flavoring people. Like this is what they came up with because a whole bunch, a bunch of people were coming up to him like every day being like, this doesn't taste like bananas.
It does not taste like bananas.
Well, and it's like, they're like, well, let me tell you why it doesn't taste like bananas. And they gave this whole backstory. It's like, well, why don't you just update the recipe? I mean, there's no real artificial banana flavoring that for me tastes like bananas, but not really.
So not only are the bananas that we're eating now not like real naturally occurring bananas, but the banana flavored stuff that we all hate because it doesn't taste like the fake bananas that humans made actually tastes like the naturally occurring bananas.
Yeah.
Dude, Big Banana is just
Big Banana. You got to watch. You don't hear enough about Big Banana. Just like
Big Banana is an issue.
You don't hear enough about you for Uncle Sam's favorite dessert. Apple pie isn't actually American at all. The next time you call something American as apple pie, you may want to consider the fact that neither apples nor apple pie originally came from America.
Johnny Appleseed would like to say something about that.
Seriously, apples, matter of fact, are far more native to Asia. The first recorded apple pie recipe was actually written in England. So the next time you tell me hamburgers aren't American, it's because they're not.
Wait, hamburgers aren't American. Apple pie isn't American.
Nope.
What?
Yeah. Next, you'll tell me hamburgers are not American, and they're not. They're from Hamburg.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bananas aren't real. Hamburgers and apple pie aren't American.
Don't even get me started on figs. V.
Don't even get me
for very big pineapple. The world record for the largest pineapple was grown in 2011 by Christine McCullum from Bakewell, Australia. Now, the pineapple measured 12.5 inches long, which to me doesn't sound that big. Like I feel pineapples, that's kind of just a little bit bigger. But
yeah,
where the variant
how much did it weigh?
Exactly 18 pounds. An 18-pound pineapple. I bet you it was terrific.
How big was it?
It was only 12 inches long, but weighed 18 pounds. Oh, we got 1 minute. Let's get going because we're setting new records here.
Oh, yeah.
W for wasabi.
All right.
Most wasabi paste actually isn't real wasabi. Wasabi is actually really expensive. So most companies and sushi spots use horseradish instead that's been dyed green. Real wasabi is actually much milder than horseradish. And it's, probably what you've not been getting with your sushi unless you're at a really nice place. But wasabi, not that hot. I want to go to X because we have the opportunity to. It's the furthest we've ever gotten. Another banana fact. X, extreme sales. Bananas are Walmart's best-selling item. Of all the stuff Walmart carries and sells, the best-selling item is bananas. It's a whole bunch, and it's been this way for a bunch of years. And the reason they say it is it's a huge hit because they're easy, healthy, and they come in their own packaging. Super affordable.
They do
bananas.
come in their own packaging. That's bananas.
That is bananas. I'm mad because I know we didn't finish. We just got the buzzer. But we've still gotten further than we've ever gotten. And I'm going to take it as a win.
It is. We are literally one step closer. We're now at
24 and 26.
X. That is the farthest we've ever gotten. I don't know if I need to give you an extra letter because that's just going to get you that much closer.
I've got one though. You got to give me one more. Give me one more.
All right. One more.
Okay. Z. I would have been really, okay. We're going straight to Z. Okay, Z for zombie chicken.
Zombie chicken.
All right. This one's rough. A chicken survived for 18 months without a head.
What?
In 1945, a Colorado farmer went out to kill a chicken for dinner, but when he chopped off the animal's head, it just wouldn't die. It's not unusual for chickens to have their heads cut off and survive for a couple minutes,
Okay.
But as time went on, he realized he had narrowly missed the jugular vein. So while the poor creature had no head, it could still survive. The farmer ended up naming the chicken Magic Mike, and instead of eating him, he started the process of feeding him with an eyedropper until he died 18 months later.
No. That was
zombie chicken named Magic Mike.
Really weird. Why would you?
Well, it's lonely on a farm.
I guess, but
Magic Mike. Magic.
Why?
Mike.
Why would you choose to keep that headless?
I have a feeling you'd relate to the farmer's wife. The farmer's wife was probably asking a lot of, why? Why are you doing this? What is your problem?
You have children that you are ignoring right now. Shut up, baby. I got to feed the headless bird.
Dude, I'll be honest. I'm still glowing. I'm glowing. We got so far, so close. I know we're going to do it soon. I can feel it. I can feel it.
It's not that far away. All you need to do is tell me more about zombie chickens and I'll just be stunned into silence and you can keep on going. Why would you?
You're going to think about that for a long time. I had to learn it, so did you.
That might be, out of all the episodes that we've recorded so far, that might be my favorite one now. I really think the more I'm thinking of it, that is...
Figs shook me. Figs shook me,
but some dude decided to chop the head off of a chicken and then decided to keep it as a headless pet for a year and a half.
Whenever that farmer said, hey man, you want to see something? People listened. For the rest of that farmer's life. He's like, hey man, whenever the farmer says he's got something cool to show you, you go check that out.
Oh, he does not cry wolf. Why? Let's move on. I can't think about headless chickens anymore.
All right. It's time to be thankful and grateful. First place that we want to be thankful and grateful is for the music that was heard in this episode was created by the one, the only, Mr. Mike DeChico. You can hear more at Domesticated Robot. I'm also thankful for forgiveness, both giving and receiving. And of course, I am thankful for you, Nathaniel. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for the area that I'm in. I'm thankful for the Phoenix Valley. I'm thankful for the weather. I'm thankful for the opportunities that it brings with it. I'm thankful for the fact that I can go camping in January or December when everybody, back home in Ohio is bundled up and I'm going out camping. Really, over the last couple of weeks, I've been more and more thankful about really just this city, this area, this weather, and what it's provided for me. So I'm thankful and grateful for Phoenix. So
AZ represent.
Brandon, take us out of here.
We leave you now with love and light and this. I only drink champagne on 2 occasions. when I am in love and when I am not. Coco Chanel. See ya. All right, Nathaniel, in under 26 seconds and in alphabetical order, tell us how they can find us. Go.
A, Amazon, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you listen to podcasts. F, Facebook, 26 in 26 A2Z. I, Instagram, 26 in 26 A2Z. T, Twitter, 26 in 26 A2Z. W, website, www.26in26.com. Y, YouTube, 26 in 26, the A to Z of everything. Time.